Thì đây quên đó lùa bên ra quên nhé. Tàu ngầm.
Viewed from far in space, our Earth is a blue-green jewel set in an airless, waterless void. This precious sphere, covered as it is by more than 2/3 water, would more rightly be called planet Ocean. For it was in the ancient sea that all life began, and it is the sea that sustains it still. Some of the ocean's inhabitants have remained perfect and unchanged since the dawn of time. Others have left the sea to walk or crawl upon the land, and some, like the great whales, the seals, and sea lions, have returned to it. The creature to have most recently attempted this homecoming is man himself. With altering for his steps, he is beginning to unravel the timeless mysteries of the oceans, and by doing so, find it not the dangerous, dark, and unwelcoming place of myth, but a fragile, beautiful world in which we are still the mere visitors.
Hello everyone, my name is Julia and I would like to welcome you to the Undersea Gardens. I would also like to introduce your diver to you. This is Mike and he will be our guide through the small corner of the underwater world today. We are all 10 feet beneath the water surface aboard an actual floating vessel. This vessel is 150 feet in length and 50 feet wide. More than 5,000 animals of various species inhabit the waters around the vessel in a natural but protected environment. The water temperature is anywhere from 47 to 50 degrees, and that is why Mike wears the protective equipment he does, so he's not too cold. In addition to Mike's suit, he also wears a weight around his waist to help control his buoyancy. At this depth, Mike's air supply should last up to 60 minutes. Mike can hear us as well as see us.
Wow. Hello.
Today we're going to start the show off with a Dungeness crab. The Dungeness is an important part of Newport's economy. Newport is considered to be the Dungeness crab capital of the world. If you were to go to a restaurant here on the coast and order something with crab in it, that little guy's what you'll probably find on your plate. They are feisty and tasty.
Wow. Oh, that's cute.
King crustaceans are members of a group of creatures that in sheer numbers dominate the Earth and have done so for more than 500 million years.
Lên dĩa dễ thương hơn.
Hard shell is in fact so that in order to grow, it must be shed and replaced by a larger one, up to 7 times in a lifetime. Once hatched from its
Lên dĩa đỏ quét.
crab spends the early stages
Uống thịt chanh rồi ha.
freely amongst the plankton. A master of adaptability, the crab inhabits every corner of the ocean and ranges in size from less than half an inch up to 11 feet across.
Con nó không cắn.
The crabs most commonly found in our waters include the red rock, the box, the hermit, and the Dungeness. Generally solitarily dwellers, crabs prefer to remain hidden in crevices, or in the case of the hermit, in discarded shells of other creatures. 2 of the crab's legs have been developed into powerful pincers for feeding and defense. In case of a larger species, a painful wound may be inflicted. As As a secondary line of defense, the crab has the ability to shed and regenerate its limbs, often giving up a leg to a serious predator in hopes.
Relying on a remarkable system of hydraulics for locomotion and a single photosensitive cell on the tip of each arm for sight, the sea stars appear as truly otherworldly beings. As successful predators which have adapted to life in the deepest abyss or the shallowest shoreline, the sea stars prey on shellfish, sponges, anemones, fish, and other sea stars. Once the victim has been located, it's grasped or opened with a pressure sometimes exceeding 100 pounds. The sea star then forces its own stomach out of its body into and over the meal, where it's digested before being passed back through the mouth.
The waters of the Pacific Northwest support the greatest variety of sea stars anywhere on Earth. On the underside of the sea star are tens of thousands of tiny tube feet, which enables the animal to glide over the roughest of surfaces with a seemingly effortless grace of a breakneck speed of an eighth of a mile an hour. Now, an eighth of a mile an hour may not seem that fast to you and me, but the sea star can make it around our aquarium in about an hour.
Wow.
That's pretty fast, considering that their main source of food are clams and other shellfish, which only move about 10 to 12 feet a year. Sea star definitely has an advantage over its prey.
The tentacles are equipped with stinging cells, which act like tiny harpoons, barbed and poisonous. Should someone touch the creature come into contact with them, they are seized, paralyzed, and drawn through the mouth into the body cavity. As very prolific and colorful as flowers, anemones will often congregate in huge numbers, where the action of wave and current afford a rich and plentiful food supply. In these areas, the sea floor is transformed into a living yet ghostly garden.
Not all anemones remain attached to the sea floor. When faced with a predator, some actually burrow into the sand while others just simply swim away. The most common defense for the anemone is to fold up its tentacles and become a featureless blob upon the rocks. The anemone also assumes this position while digesting their food. The natural laws of the jungle also apply to creatures of the sea. However, in order to keep our marine life happy, we've interfered just slightly with nature to provide a feeding sign. Although difficult to train many fish, like us train their marine life to respond to the sound of a dinner bell.
Dinner bell. Dinner time. Nay mình ăn cua nha.
Most of the fish we see swimming around our aquarium are variety of perch and rockfish. There are three kinds of perch: pal perch, silver star perch, and striped sea perch. We also have quite an array of rockfish as well. Those are the fish that look like they have a mohawk haircut running down their back. We also have dogfish sharks, sturgeon, and skates.
What?
The fish of the world can be appreciated for their stunning beauty, complexity, and for their importance in the food chain. It is often a surprise to many people that fish are very long-lived. A lifespan of 30 to 40 years is not uncommon.
What's up?
She's like, they live for like 30, 40 years.
Wow. Mồi quá trời mồi luôn anh quán ơi.
Thì hỏi ông không xài mùi gì không ha?
Mấy con herring nhỏ nhỏ.
Mấy con shrimp á, baby shrimp.
I know like a crab more.
Roam the broad
Ghê.
oceans with the
Dinosaur.
Today, most sturgeon species inhabit murky rivers and lakes from Canada to Eurasia, with a few of them, such as the white sturgeon, spending a part of their life cycle in the ocean. Their very poor eyesight is compensated for by the extremely sensitive whiskers, which protrude in front of their mouths.
Lên lát thì
By dragging these along the barb, the sturgeon locates small animals such as shrimp, worms and plants before sucking them up into their tube-like mouths. The sturgeon are the only fish species with their skeleton on the outside of their bodies.
Sturgeon can grow to 24 feet long. They can live upwards of 100 years. In our aquarium, we have two sturgeons. A female white sturgeon measured at 5.5 feet, and a male green sturgeon measured at 5 feet. They are mostly located in the back section of our aquarium with a touch and feel tank.
Sụng thôi.
Bây giờ nó trốn đâu rồi?
Sụng.
Con với nhà thấy bụng.
Ồ, cho nó qua bên kia.
Wow. Rất yêu lương á, lương á.
Its powerful jaws, equipped with 20 needle sharp
Is that electrical one?
many hard-shell creatures into its ears,
Salt water đấy.
which it effortlessly crushes. Shells, spines, and all.
Ông này cái trainer, good trainer ha.
Nếu Việt Nam lên một chiếc
Việt Nam nó nhỏ là phải mình ăn hoài.
cái này nó bán con tạo nó bánh đi xem để có thể
Train hay quá anh mà. Train này nó nghe lời mình nói luôn không phải á.
cầu
Sao mà mình train
đá tiêu em thấy
good trainer, good trainer.
nó đi
Speaking of residents in rocky dens and garden individual estate, both eels are often encountered by divers with only their faces peering out of a hole in the rock. Appearing for a role is a pair of inquisitive